that. Right, welcome back. Live stream. We are covering round 5, which is Peter BINKS and John BAKO. So Peter in the green shirt. Just turn that camera down a little bit. You can hear all that. So Peter in the green, John in the blue and black shirt. So Peter play first. And the ball coming around very nicely next to the jack. Pretty impressed with that one himself. And John just walking up to have a bit of a look. Peter just informing his opponent that he was yellow carded in the previous game. So let's hope we don't see any of this time around. John to point. And it may have come in here. Peter just filling in a hole where he wants to land. See if you can outpoint it. And it looks pretty good. Yeah, it's a good ball. Coming up to the jack, right in front. John just having a think about what he's going to do. Confirmation there from Peter. And just wide there by John. So I'm going to say Peter's holding 1 point there in front with a will to play. Opportunity to get off to a good start. I'm not familiar with these two gentlemen. Looks like he's got ballerine on the back of his shirt. And, ooh, just pulling it wide. He's probably kept the shot though, point though. So preemptively put one on for Peter. So we're about to start N2. Yeah, it looks like 1 point there. Let's see if we got something on the replay while he's walking back to put the point on. That was the shot ball that wasn't beaten. Shout out to the 4 people watching. Got any comments? I am watching the chat too. So give us a shout out. Tell us who you're going for. Something you notice. So just move that down to pick up the jack. We are just using the one fixed camera at the moment. When it comes to the finals, we'll bring the other 2 cameras out. So we've got 360 view of the piece. Peter just pointing in here. It's a good ball too. Be hard to beat. Yeah. John just a bit short there. Here we go again. And that's a much better one coming in. You see that on the replay. He makes the adjustment from the first. Sits next to the bull in between the two. Give Peter something to think about. No, drifting. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the BAKO Australia YouTube channel. That way you should get a notification when we go live for the finals. The final of the singles, I think, is scheduled to 4:50 Adelaide time. Good shot there by Peter, knocking the ball out. Just wait and see how many he's holding there. So it's 1 point there to Peter. Let's watch that replay. See where he puts the jack here. Throwing it straight towards the umpire and too close to the opposite jack. But they've finished, so it's okay. Just checking the length here. It sounds like it's too long, just over the 10 metres. So John will get to place the jack where he wants. Stepping out 8, right in the middle of the piece. So Peter to play first. You can just see the jack over his shoulder. That's the problem with a single camera. You do get the obscured shots. And it's just rolling along to the right hand side of the jack. Bit of room for John to point in here. And he's done it by sitting on Peter's bull. Peter just going up to have a bit of a look. Clearing the mark. It says it's 25 degrees here, 20 past 1 here in Novar Gardens. Feels a bit warmer than that out on the piste as John pulls his shot to the left-hand side of the jack. Got a slightly better angle from where I'm sitting as opposed to the camera. Peter just confirming. Heaps of action going here. This is round 5 of the qualification. After this round, they'll split off into the knockout. And Peter coming in with a good shot. Give John something to deal with. And John pushing it long, right line. He goes again. And this one looks a little bit better. And he's got it. He makes a point. So he's on the scoreboard now. 2-1, Peter's favour. John picks up the jack. He stepped out 8 metres before, so I'm going to suggest he's going to do the same thing. It's always a bit better when he's playing down this way. He's saying it's about 8.5 metres. Certainly looks long. Let's see what John can do here. And he pushes that one long. Just see that even out. He's pushed that out. Open piece for Peter to take the point. I think I mentioned in an earlier stream that I do have a bull count on the scoreboard, but as it's just me at the moment, I'm just keeping things simple, single camera, and just the score and the end with timer. John just failing to get around that bull in front. Ooh, and dropping that one short. Too big chance for Peter to make 3 points here. I do apologise if my commentary is a bit slurred or slow. It is quite difficult to commentate and listen to yourself back on the headset at a delay. So Peter to point, see if he can get past those front ones. And he's failed to do so. That one's better. Couple points there. So it looks like 2 points. Making the score 4-1. We move on to the next end. You are watching the live stream. Peter BINKS, John BAKO. Qualification round 5 of the over 60s men singles. Another long one. Ooh, might be another tape med job. He stepped out 10. John will potentially step it out himself. No, Peter's conceded it's too long. And John bringing it back to that 8 metre mark into the centre of the piece where he had success last time. And Peter being a good sport, reminding John that he needs to mark that jack. Peter pointing just wide of the jack there. And John with a good point. Sneak that in on a replay, hopefully, before Peter plays. There we go. Peter is going to make a shot, but he's having a second thought. Going to point now, I'd say. And pointing it just to the left, long. I think he was trying to sit on that shot bull, which would have been good. Goes again. It's a better one. Yeah, he's done it. Very good shot there. Exactly how he wanted it. See in the replay, just picks up the jack. Bit of a ricochet off John's bull and sits next to the jack. He'd be pleased with that. Even the umpire. Ooh. He's fortunate there by just reminding him that he has to mark that jack once it's moved. And John plays, hitting his own. One to come. We'll try and do what Peter's just done. And missing. Can't believe it. So 1 to Peter. Extends his score. 5-1. Let's head into the 6th end. 18 minutes into the game. Nice carro on the piece next door. It's a bit unfortunate that the jack moved by the look of it. Yellow jack, yep. Alright, Peter to play again. Peter not forgetting to mark the jack this time. Just drifting there to his right hand side. Left of the screen, he's right. John taking the point there. Yeah, I was going to say, it must be close. Yep. Peter's still holding there with the one out on the left hand side of the screen. John coming in with a good ball. Just discussing here with the umpire. I think it was a question of what was to happen depending on who was holding, if they played a bull or not. See what Peter does to deal with this one. He might decide to shoot. He does, missing. He'll go again, I think. And pushing that one long. John's chance to make some points here. And that's his bull at the back. He might look to just play onto the jack. He had the right line, just a bit short. Still good for 2 though. Makes the score 3-5. And calling for the umpire here to measure the length again. They're liking their long ends at the moment. That's what the umpire is here for. So this will probably be the last of the live streams that I'll do before the final. So we'll probably miss the quarter and the semi while I set up the other 2 cameras ready for the final. And I think it's been announced that it will be the Women's Open final that we'll be covering this afternoon. So that's good. The length's good. It is pretty close to the line here too, so I have to be careful. It is a dead ball line. So John's playing and ends up next to the jack. It's a good one. Peter to play now. See if you can now point that. And he's done a good job. I think he's got there. I'll just check. John will just go up, have a bit of a look, make sure it's all okay. Yeah, as I was saying, I probably won't live stream the quarter or the semi-final in preparation for the final, where I'll have the 3 cameras set up, ready to go. So it's good. Peter's holding. John to play. See if you can deal with this one. And he's done a good job of it too. That's perfect. I'll just wait for Peter to play before we watch that replay. Oh, Peter's ball just going astray into the other game. It is pretty close there. And Peter just hitting that one. I'll just quickly watch this replay. And I see a comment there. Is there a way to find the scores of all games somewhere? Yes, there is. There is a QR code. It should have been out with the conditions of play, and perhaps on the Tonk Australia Facebook page, there is a live link that has live rankings and the draw. One point there for John, making the score 4-5. Just pulling his last one up short. And they're just going to check where to put the circle here, because it is quite close to the jack. So it needs to be 1.5 meters. And we'll just wait. So that confusion is cleared up now. So John playing towards the middle of the piece again. And a decent ball there by John. John will try and replicate one of his shots from a previous end, just trying to sit on the ball. Peter, that is. And another long one by Peter. A great chance for John to get some points here. Might even hit the front. Yeah, another good ball. He'll look to do the same. And he's done it. Nice 3 points. You watch his second ball there. Beautiful shot. New leader, 7-5. I'm going to say John's going to opt for the middle of the piece again. He's been finding some success there. About 8 meters. And another good ball there by John. He's certainly putting the pressure on now. Another long one. Almost with that one. Perhaps feeling a little bit of the pressure now. And that's a good one. He'll be happy with that. That's what he's after. Comes up nicely. Sits straight on the ball. John with 2 bulls in hand. He might look to do the same or trail that jack back a little bit. Oh, he split it off. Question is, was it enough? One was the signal. Goes again and missing. We'll just confirm who's holding here. John's just going to put a tape on it. I think Peter's thinking it's his. No, John's picking up the jack. That'll be his point. No, I've gone early there. It was Peter's point. John was just marking the circle for Peter, being a good sport. So 6-7. Nice close one. Still just under 17 minutes to play. They are playing 50 minutes plus one end. It's starting to get hot again. 26 degrees. It did touch 30 earlier this morning. And Peter putting a good ball in. Touch short, but dead in front. Might prove difficult. And John throwing up wide, long. John to play again. And similar shot to the first. Pushing it long. The break that Peter was looking for. And that's a better one. Good ball by John. We'll see that on the replay. Just passing that one in front. Sitting just behind the jack too. Peter won't want to move it. He risks of getting 3 points away, but he has to deal with it. Ooh. Now, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't quite see that, but it may have been enough. You can see he plays right on the back of his, pushing it in. Question is it enough for a point? This angle, it may be. Peter with one left. He won't want to move the jack. We'll see what they do here. We'll just watch it again while he measures. And you can see Peter picking up the jack. It was enough to bring it in. Scores a level here, 7-all. Nice close one. For those watching, who do you think It's got this one. Who you're barracking for? Peter playing to the middle of the piece again. You can just see the jack over Peter's shoulder. And it came out of the hand to the right and it stayed out there. Still 13 minutes to go, so it's anyone's game. John points. I'll just check this. It is close. He's just short. That one in front. Just needs to better that. Oh, he's giving it a bit more. It's rolled through. Peter was still holding. John points in with a good ball. Peter to play here. And that one pulls to the left. And Peter goes again. This one looks better, but too big. John will keep his 1 point. Just under 10 minutes to go now. I'll play the 10 minutes plus one end. And then we'll wait and see to see who makes the qualification for the finals. This being the last round, of course, of qualification. And they've opted for another long one. Yep, Peter with the good ball there. And John splitting the two, coming through for the shot. Peter will come up and have a bit of a look, just to confirm. He's come out the right hand side. He doesn't think he's got it. He's playing again. And that one falling short. So John with one left to play. Peter just looking. The umpire just saying perhaps you should have come up and checked before playing that last ball. And John pulling it short. So the question is, will they check it? Or will John take the point? No, they will check it. A little bit embarrassing for Peter if he was holding, but a point is a point. So we'll just wait. No, it was John's point. Once again, John opting for the middle of the piece, about that 8 metre mark. Seeing him well. He's in front. About 6 minutes to go. You want to keep scoring some points here. Bad ball for John. See what Peter can do. Yep, it's a good ball. He holds there. I said before, we are just using the one camera at the moment, the fixed camera. When it comes to the final of the Open Women, the Principal final, I'll have the 2 other cameras set up. We just see a good shot there by John. I'll have the other 2 cameras set up, so we've got a 360 view of the ground. And Peter responds very nicely. A good shot of his own. Taking the shot. And John looking for that same line, just pushing it along. And Peter, another good ball there. It'll be 2 points. Let's watch that on the replay. Comes in towards the jack, sits with 2 points. I believe that makes it 9 apiece. Nice close one. 4 minutes to go. It's anyone's game. Where does he put it? He's been playing up the centre of the piece as well. Yep. Around that 8 metre mark again. Just is about plays bull. I'll just zoom in on the terrain. You can see it's made up a mixture of pebbles. There's a bit of a ditch there in the middle, proving a little bit difficult. Peter with a pretty good ball there. Just as John comes to have a bit of a look, we'll just watch that again. He gets this one right. And not a bad line there by John. Just pulling it up short though. See what we can do with this one. Pushing it just a bit long. Nice ball. Ooh. Doing the same thing. A big chance here for Peter to put a couple of points on the board. Take a good bit of a lead just before the siren. I'll probably have 2 more ends after this one, just with how long is left. I've got 1:40 on my timer. Short. And that one's a bit wayward as well. It'll be just the 1 point. Coming into end 15, there'll be a minute to play, which means there'll be 2 ends. This one and 1 more, as if we don't have a winner before then. Just coming up to 2 o'clock here now. 25 degrees, but it certainly feels warmer out there. Slightly shorter one this time around, just over 6 meters. And there goes the siren now. So they'll have 2 ends. Unless Peter, of course, scores his 3 here. Not a bad first ball either. So they're just confirming that is 2 ends left. This one and 1 more. And a good ball there. So he's holding. They seem to think so too. Just look over his shoulder. You can see the jack. Just tracking to that left-hand side again. What can he do with this one? Ooh, he corrected the line. Just had a bit too much weight on it. John, big chance here. Not only score a couple of points, but put himself in front with 1 end to play. See what he can do. Looks all right. Yep. Ooh. Might be 2 there. And another one that looks good too. I'll just check with this third point. I'll just measure for the third, I'd say. So 2 points there for John, puts him one in front. 11-10 coming into the last end. Unless, of course, Peter scores one and we'll have a tiebreaker end. See what he does here. Normally opting for that middle of the piece, 8 meters. Slightly more towards the string here now. So this is the last end here. As a reminder, this will be the last live stream here until the final. I'll miss the quarterfinal and the semi-final while I'm setting up the other cameras for a multi-cam stream. As John puts a good ball in. Good timing. The women's Principal Open final, I think, is scheduled for 4:50 South Australian time. And Peter with a pretty good ball. Question is it close enough to take it? They'll just measure and we'll watch it on the replay as they do so. Looks like it was going to get there and just curled away towards the end. And yes, it was enough. Peter with that crucial point. And a beautiful ball there by John. Pushing the jack back 2. He may have made 2 points. See that coming up onto the jack. Umpire just giving him a reminder to go in and mark the jack. Now, Peter will want to be careful. He won't want to kill the end. A dead jack is no good to him. He needs a carro. Come on, Peter. Oh, and he's done it. It's a good shot, but the jack did move, so he might still be down. It's a good shot. So Peter's claimed the point, but John's going to come and check because the jack did move. And Peter's done extremely well to keep him in this. Taking the point back. Pressure's back on John. Noisy dog in the background. John with a bit of a wayward shot there. Taking Peter's other bull out. So Peter with the chance to win here. If he puts this in, that's the game. Oh, and he's thrown it long, which makes it 1 point. Makes it 11-all by my count. I'll just wait, see if they play another one, which they will. Just as they're doing that, we'll watch Peter shot again. Almost a perfect carro. Ooh, and that's well long, I'd say. That would be John's jack. Now, where's he going to put it? This is very important coming into the last end. The jack can't be killed either. And he puts it in the spot just behind the players' heads, which isn't very helpful for a fixed camera. And it's reasons like this why multi-cameras are very important, which we will have for the final. So as you can see, as he moves away, just pulls to the left. Not a bad ball by any stretch. Certainly something that John has to beat. And he's in there. He's taken a ricochet, come on towards the jack. So Peter to play here. He's come through onto the right-hand side, misses the jack, trails through, last ball. All right, pressure's on. He needs this one. Needs to count. Otherwise, John gets a win. Very close match. And he shoots it out. Question is it enough? I'll go and have a look. Certainly looks like it was enough. And it is. John's back to the circle. So pressure's back on John now. He has two. He just needs to get in there. He points. And I'm going to say that's enough to do it. Yeah, he has. That's it. He won't play his last, I don't think. He'll take the win, I'd say. And finishes 12-11. Nice close game there. Peter and John. As I said, we'll be back for the final of the Open Women Principal. They've just come back from various other clubs across Adelaide for their qualifying games. So I'll see you at 4:50 for the final.